Yeah, really pleased with our recruiting class. I think all four young men are tremendous character guys, workers, talented basketball players that, will impact our program immediately. And, we try to do a great job, scouring especially the local area and finding people that have unique ties or passion for this program. And we found four young men that all have those attributes. I would say with Omaha certainly growing up in the state, and his passion for the Cyclone program and coming to games here since he was young it's a really neat story and exciting to have him. With Jelani Hamilton, and his parents being Iowa State grads, coming here from Atlanta themselves, and his passion for this program that he's had since his younger years. With Caden Fish, growing up in the Midwest and very familiar with Big 12. I remember when we first had communication and he came to campus, he talked about Iowa State being his dream school, which is really cool. And then with Milan Momosilovic, a guy who's been very familiar with our program for a number of years, somebody that has followed us closely and is excited about this opportunity. So with all four guys, they all have unique ties to our program and to the people here, and I think that's what makes it a really special group above and beyond their exceptional talent.
How can you potentially, see, even though they're both maybe that four spot with Omaha and Milan, their skills kind of being complementary with each other on the floor?
Yeah, I'd say with those two guys, they both have clear talents that translate immediately in our program, and they're on the opposite end of the spectrum. With Omaha, his relentless motor, his competitive spirit, his leadership that he provides, especially being a guy that defensively is elite, but also offensively can be a matchup problem. A guy that can beat you off the bounce, and is somebody that plays with a spirit that you don't see very often. With Milan, a guy whose skill level is really high. I mean, has unbelievable touch shooting the basketball from the post, from the perimeter, an elite passer. I mean, a guy who really passes the ball on time and on target, and his ability to put the ball in the basket and make people better translates immediately. And the thing that I probably most with Milan stood out to me is his competitive spirit defensively, a guy that really guards and cares on defense, which many guys that are as talented as him offensively don't have that same commitment that he does.
In the same vein, what does it say about Omaha that he's elite defensively, given how it can be before he gets to college? Sometimes you got to coach that into guys, and he made himself that way well before he takes the next step.
Yeah, it speaks to Omaha's character. He's certainly a young man that's had to work for everything that's come to him. He's earned it all. He's a guy that has continually been doubted, and people have, had questions. Can he do this? Can he do that? And every time you put him against the best players, he stands out. It doesn't matter if that's USA basketball or in a AAU tournament with the Nike teams or where it is. Omaha continues every time you put him in that competitive arena. He stands out for his unique gifts and skills, and I think part of it is he doesn't take anything for granted. He has had to work for everything and earn everything, so that he knows that how important this opportunity or every opportunity is for him when he steps on the court.
TJ, is there I don't know exactly how to ask this, but is there how do you correlate recruiting high school players, and the fact that those high school players can be one and dones? I mean, do you take that into consideration when you're recruiting, or you just go all in whenever you get a chance?
Well, for us, we're looking at guys that there's two things that we believe in. Number one, we're trying to put our best team together the next year that we can, and so certainly having guys that are really good players, regardless of how long they're here, that helps that. And then number two, when we recruit freshmen, because you hear a lot now about folks with the transfer portal and being reliant and dependent on it, we believe our program, the greatest strength of it is going to be in the development piece, is guys coming here and doing better than maybe what people might have thought, and then continuing to have those, take those big strides from year one to year two and year two to year three. So we don't spend a whole lot of time worrying about how long a guy will be here. I mean, that's a credit to their hard work and talent, and hopefully, also the positions we put them in and how we challenge them to be their best every day. And we're going to look to do that just year in and year out, take it 1 year at a time.
You last year reaching the level that you don't want us to talk about. And now, following that up with a top 5, 6, 7, 10, whatever, let's just say a top 10 recruiting class. My gosh, where are you on your schedule of wow schedule?
More than anything, again, I think, we all know how important this place is to me and my family. So when we came in, restoring pride is what we talked about a lot, and how hard we'd work every day to do that, and the passion, enthusiasm. Again, last year is behind us. Our guys worked really hard, and we're fortunate to stay the course through some ups and lows, some highs and lows, and end up finishing strong. Our group this year has been terrific. This summer working, probably as connected of a group and a team that has a lot of versatility, a lot of options. I'm excited about the work that they do every single day. So it's been fun coaching them. And then, our recruiting class, which, I'm excited to get those guys here as well. So we don't have, benchmarks of, how many wins we should have, or, what our recruiting class should be ranked. More than anything, we come every day and we try to work hard, and we really care about this place. We're fortunate to have a great staff, great administration, and we're going to make the best we can every single day, whatever that is.
What do you think when you watch the film from the first game?
I felt like we got off to a slow start in both halves, both the first half and the second half, which is something we can certainly improve on. Our guys, we believe that we can hang our hat on our defense, and that over time that wears people down, which I believe it did. And at the same time, we don't want to start out on our heels in either half. And I think, both halves we did that, so that was a great learning tool for us. I felt like our guys, you saw the versatility we have as a team. There's a lot of guys that came in off the bench as well and made impactful winning plays. We want to go to the bench and get stronger, which I believe we did the other night. And then I felt like our ball movement offensively was solid. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but definitely felt like it's progress from where we've been working in practice. So there's a lot to learn there. Probably learning more than anything is that we need to get back to the practice court. We need to continue to work hard, and we need to get better, focus on our habits every single day, and that's what we try to do.
What are you looking forward to as the season continues?
With this group, they're a lot of fun to be around every day. I know coaches we're all trained to say that, like that's supposed to be like the coach speak, but these guys have fun being around each other. They work hard and enjoy the work. We as coaches try to, we challenge them to bring out their best. So to me, as much as like the games, the outcome, all those things they're great, they're part of it. It's the every day. It's the time we get with our guys. It's the player development that we look forward to. It's the conversations at team meals. It's guys who maybe didn't realize they could accomplish something that you see special in them, and you keep challenging them to bring out. So I'd say the thing I look forward to most is just the next day, that next opportunity that we have to be together and making the most of it.
When you watched the film, the turnovers you guys created, did you feel like that was a lot of what your guys doing what they needed to do, or a combination with IUP?
Yeah. I mean, we're certainly gonna continue defensively to be highly disruptive. And, some nights that equates to more turnovers. Other nights maybe you disrupt a rhythm or create a different shot or a forced shot, or guys to not pass the ball as much to one another. So depending on the strengths of our opponents and how they do things, I mean, it's going to dictate different numbers. We can't just look out every night and say, hey, we want to turn a team over this many times. Because they have some say with that as well. But we do want to be highly disruptive. We don't want teams to be able to run their offense. We want to deter assists. We want to do a great job guarding the three-point line. And so there's all these things that we're trying to do that take multiple efforts, great communication, and habits every day. And felt like, a good amount of those things showed up for us, but certainly a lot of work to still be done in our rotations and communication.
How did you feel about like the rotations, or you guys did get into scramble, how the guys knew where to be?
Yeah, I'd say there was mostly good, but certainly some areas for improvement. to scramble the best you can, it really is just multiple efforts and continue to compete. And that's something that we feel like we demand every day and becomes a habit over time, and probably not quite there yet as a team with every combination and every lineup and every rotation the way we'd like to be. But it's certainly been the focus of our practices every single day, because we think that's something that really, like I said, has that ability to wear your opponent down, to frustrate them and hopefully divide them and then unify us.
I get way ahead of everybody on this one, but when you look at last year, going undefeated in the non-con was a big part of why you guys were able to get where you got on Selection Sunday, I would think. Obviously, late in the Big 12 too, but getting out to that start. Given you're going to need your defense probably, or lead with your defense this year, how much do you need that defense to be fully formed as early as possible with a difficult non-conference schedule, a week or two getting rolling here?
Yeah, well, I can't speak to anything that happened the year before anymore, but what I can say is that our group, how we come together, and like the quicker we do that certainly benefits us, especially on the defensive end, because that gives us our identity. We score off our defense. You build confidence that way, and I think other teams, when you weaken them, and they're not getting what they want offensively, they don't communicate as well. They don't defend as well. So we're certainly trying to impose our will and mentality. You mentioned our schedule. I mean, we do have a very challenging non-conference schedule. And, I think even as we move forward, I mean, we've got a lot